Hello, everybody. It's great to see you. I am getting ready to do some changes on my page. I've put up just a little video a while ago, and today I'm going to do one right now on carnivore. And it's been a while, like I said, since I've really got into a good video, and so I'm going to do one right now. And as you come on, make comments, ask questions, what have you. But let's have a visit here today. Why I started carnivore. I started carnivore first because I had started on keto rather, excuse me, and I was doing so well with keto and seeing some good results from it. But then I started seeing videos come up about carnivore, and I started watching those and listening to those, observing what I was hearing, and decided that that was the next route I was going to take. So I took a challenge. I think it was a 9 or 10 day challenge to do carnivore, and I enjoyed it so much that I decided to continue with it. And so I've been just exactly a year on carnivore now, and I have enjoyed the journey on it. And what has carnivore done for me? Well, first of all, I noticed that I didn't need to lose any weight, but I did still have fat on my body. Uh, so as I got doing the carnivore, eating more meat, and and actually because I was feeling better, I was more active, becoming more active. I began to notice that even in keto, that my muscles were starting to tone, that my body was starting to firm up and look better. And even though I still had some fat on my body, I now was at that point a weight that I was thoroughly happy with. And so I was just sticking to carnivore for the health benefits of carnivore. And many of you know I've talked in other videos that I had IBS and some other health issues, very minor, but some other health issues. And so I noticed those things begin to remedy. I also noticed that I used to always have to go clear my throat a lot. A lot of mucus would gather in my throat, or a lot of mucus in the membrane in your nose. And I've noticed that since I've been on carnivore, there's been none of that. That's just seemed to, I just was just a recent discovery a few months back, and I'm like, I don't have all that congestive type mucus stuff. And so that was a thing that I noticed. Another thing that I noticed was that my sleeping was getting much better. I'd lay down to sleep at night instead of only sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night. Most nights I was getting between 5 and 8 hours. 8 is very rare for me to get. So if I get an 8 hour night, I feel like I've celebrated sleep. All right. Another thing I noticed that um, oh yeah, my bad knee. I had one bad knee that I put out of its socket years ago, and I was always constantly that knee was constantly swelling up. I had inflammation in there, and it would ache. And some days I could walk, and other days I couldn't. And I couldn't push myself if I walked because if I did, it would just aggravate it. But now, since I've been on carnivore, I haven't had any of that, and that has been a blessing, if you would, in disguise. Also, I noticed that like I mentioned already, that I had more energy, and I still have plenty of energy. I've always been one to basically push myself anyways, but now I don't have to push myself. I've got energy to do all I want to do. I noticed that my mental clarity lately has become better, but no, it's not perfect yet. But I really do believe that the longer I stay on carnivore, the better it's going to be. I also noticed, as I pointed out a couple of times in a couple of videos, that on the side of my head and the back of my head, where all the white used to be, I've gotten a lot of gray in there, and it's darkening up. Hasn't so much around the face anymore. But the funny thing was, I like my white, but I also have been white since I was in my 50s, and so it seems nice to have it to return to a gray with white. I like that better. And so those are the things that I notice. All right. So why I enjoy eating this way? Well, first of all, let me tell you, I've done the TOPS diet. I've done the Weight Watchers diet. I've done eat all you like of your favorite food diet. and nothing else but just your favorite food. I think it was French cheesecake that I really kind of hung to, and that type of thing. And I ate that for a while, and then I got tired of that, and I went to something else. And all of those diets were just temporary. They were a quick fix for a short time without any good uh, evidence of help. Then I went vegetarian. I was vegetarian for 8 years, stuck diligently to it. I did lose some weight, but I never had the energy I needed. I always never looked like I had very good color. I'm pale to begin with. The vegetarian just diet just made me look more pale. At least on carnivore, I've got color to my face. Another thing I enjoy about eating this way is eat, and I'm like, Jay, people will enjoy it. I enjoy it, and don't worry about me. I can find plenty to eat. But a lot of people get upset if you're just doing a specific diet. It's kind of like they don't know what to do with themselves. And so I'm carnivore now, but I don't tell everybody I'm carnivore. Yeah, I do on YouTube, and those of you on YouTube know I am. But if I go out to eat, I just order my meal the way I want it, and I don't get any of the extras. That's all. And so that's another reason I like it. I also have found that after 8 years of doing vegetarian, and then, oh yes, must I announce, I went into the DASH diet, not because I wanted to, but because my doctors ordered me to do DASH diet to bring down my cholesterol, which my cholesterol just kept going up. And I told them, well, it's going to go up because you got me eating all these carbs, and you can't eat carbs and expect cholesterol to go down. And so then after 3 years of struggling with the doctors, I said, let me do it my way. And I went in and started doing it my way, trying to find something to work. And then I found something that worked about bringing the carbs down, but my cholesterol went up. And then the last time I went to the doctor, she chased me out of her office saying, I'm going to put you on statins. You're going to have a heart attack or a stroke. And I said, no, I'm not. And don't put me on statins. And she did. And so the fact of the matter is, I have learned since then that even though I have hereditary cholesterol situation, family cholesterol, I'm not concerned with my cholesterol and the numbers because I've been listening to people like Dr. Chafee, Dr. Ken Berry, and Dr. Boz, and let me see here, Dr. Norris Alley, and a few other ones that I really, really enjoy that are very knowledgeable. And I don't fear my high cholesterol because all my other numbers are perfect. And even the doctors are always amazed at how good they are. And I think the next time I go in March, if the doctor starts in on me, I'm going to say, all I know is all my other numbers are wonderful. They're doing perfectly. Other doctors are always amazed at those numbers. And I'm not going to change a good thing. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm doing better. And what was I? Sorry, just checking my notes here. Uh, okay, as many as I know, uh, people that I had cholesterol problems, uh, my father, my mother, my grandfather, they all had high cholesterol too. And my mother and father were put on statins. I want you to know that longevity runs in my family on both sides. And my mom and dad died, if that was the case, because longevity is on our side, and it is. My mom and dad died when they were both 77 years of age. And I honestly, all the time, thought it was because of the statins they were on. Not because I had any knowledge of that, but I just thought that that was a medicine I wouldn't do. And I made up my mind back then I wouldn't do it. Anyways, my grandfather lived to be 96. I had an aunt, great aunt, who lived to be 98. I had an uncle on my father's side. Those other two are on my mother's side. Uncle on my father's side who was 88. And there were probably others that lived longer, but these are the ones that I remember in my lifetime. And so I thought, I want to live to be a good long age. And so I started doing that. And so, as many of you know, I proceed going ahead and just living my life again, carnivore. I'm not going to change it. I love the grass fed burgers most of all. I could eat those, I swear, every meal or every time I just felt hungry. I lots of times I like having them there and just making me a quick burger and eating it. And I usually make an 8 ounce one right off the bat because I found that now I'm not happy with 4 ounces, 6 ounces. It's about the only thing I eat is beef, and so I want at least an 8 ounce portion. And I want you to know that I do eat some steaks and roasts and things like that. Love venison. Not am I able to often get that, but there is one store that carries venison that comes from Australia, and if they have it on sale, I usually go pick it up. And as a matter of fact, they have it on sale right now, and I'm hoping by all means to be able to go pick some of that up and have it on hand. But I like the red meats, especially after doing so many years without the red meats. Somebody said to me, "Aren't you getting tired of eating red meat all the time? Don't you want chicken and this and that?" I said, "No." And my husband's diet, I had to change a little bit because of his kidney numbers. And so I'm now making chicken some. And I had some the other night. Whoa, I had some the other night with him, and it just did not satisfy. It did not at all work for me. Okay, yes, everything is expensive nowadays. I don't care if you're eating just all beef or if you're eating chicken or if you're eating vegetarian. Everything is at an expense today. And one thing I've noticed is it doesn't cost anything more to eat carnivore than it did when I was vegetarian and tried to eat vegetarian and have everything I needed. And as you know, when you're doing vegetarian, you're doing a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. And if you don't eat them up fast, they end up going into the trash, and that's a waste of money. So guess what? I don't have that problem with carnivore. I cook it up, I eat it up, and there's no leftovers. All right. Another thing is that I was always hurrying. I was always hungry, excuse me, on these other diets. They never really satisfied the hunger. I eat a big piece of steak now or hamburger, and immediately I'm satiated, and it can last me all day. I told my husband I could do one meal a day. I eat 2 meals a day because I like to sit down and enjoy a meal with him. But I would be just so happy to get up at 1 o'clock. I don't get up at 1. I get up early in the morning, but I would be so happy to just eat lunch between 1 and 3 in the afternoon and have that be my meal of the day and have it be full of what I was hungry for. And I wouldn't need another thing before I went to bed. And come morning, I'd only need my coffee, which I still do drink coffee because I wasn't drinking it for over 20 years. And then when I started going keto, I started drinking coffee, and it just seemed good to be able to have a good cup of coffee in the morning. And so in my carnivore, I still have coffee, but I found that I cannot have regular coffee. So now I'm doing a mushroom coffee, and I sometimes buy the brew mushroom coffee and have that. And I also have an instant mushroom coffee in case I don't want to wait for a brew, but I prefer the brew, and I have that. And I know that mushrooms are good for you. And I think I think I checked once, but I think that the mushrooms are acceptable on carnivore. If they're not, you don't have to have them. I don't like mushrooms, but I can handle mushrooms in a mushroom coffee, and it has helped my body because it helps gut issues. And I had gut issues. Now, a lot of people would say if you go strict carnivore, you won't have the gut issues. Maybe not. But I guess I'm still not strict carnivore because I'm doing the mushroom coffee. But I am strict carnivore in all other ways. I only do the red meats. Excuse me. Again, I had super numbers when I went to the doctor. And so these are the reasons that I enjoy carnivore and do carnivore. So now, before I close, I just want to let you know that I am doing some changes in my videos that I put up. I want to enlarge my audience. And so now I want to bring to you some other uh, suggestions of videos that I would do. And so I'm asking for people to give me some categories of what you might like to hear me talk about, things that maybe I've touched on that you'd like to hear more about. Some people enjoy my stories and have told me that. I haven't been doing very many of them. I know that because I've been so busy in life, just life situations. But I do now want to start doing more stories. Carnivore, we do the Bible studies, we do the Bible messages, and I want to have a, if you would, soups and nut channel, a variety that you can come in and pick what you like, enjoy what you see, leave a comment, or I'm going to be adding some things other to that you could participate in. And I'm looking forward to that. If this video's been enjoyable at all to you, and I notice I had somebody, a couple of people on, but I don't know who else has been here. But if you're on here live with me, I just want you to know that I appreciate that you were here. I want you also to know that I would love to have had any comments or questions at all while I'm live. And anytime you see me come on live, please take that opportunity to introduce yourself and let me get to know you as a friend, not just as a viewer on YouTube. And I want to thank everybody for your subscriptions. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to share my videos with those of your audience that you think would enjoy them. And let me know how you like this video in the comments below when you view it later. And if you're on here right now, before you leave, please drop me a comment and let me know how you enjoyed this video, what you enjoyed about this video, and what more you'd like to enjoy about videos that I do. Have a wonderful day, and remember, it's a beautiful life. Enjoy it to the fullest. Stay healthy until the day you die. All right? Be blessed. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon in another video. Thank you now. Bye-bye.